Hi everyone, it's Arlene from A Crafty Latina, and I wanted to just do a quick tutorial on my Happy Spring board. Um, Once I was doing it, I realized that I was using a couple of different functions from Design Space that aren't usually featured, and I decided to just do a tutorial. So on here, I'm going to use, it's only Design Space images that I used. And I'm going to use welding and I'm going to use the contouring feature. So let's get started. So what I wanted to do was the wreath, but it's not just a regular wreath. I want the ones that are sort of like that circle, that ring. So under my images, I looked for a leaf ring, a leaf wreath. And I didn't want anything that looked like this, like autumn, but this is the one that I was looking for. So it's the one that's these rings, but it's not just one straight circle. It actually has some cute features with it. Why isn't it inserting? Okay, there it is. I don't want it in brown. It comes in this brown color. I want it in, I'm going to make it in white. And I'll show you why in a little bit. And then I'm going to make it as big as my Cricut will allow me to cut the vinyl, which is 11.5. Actually, I may have to do it a little smaller because the height, actually I can just customize the height to 11.5 and then lock it. I'll make this a little smaller so you can see. There we are. So it's 11.5 all around. So it's like the shape of a perfect circle, and that's the maximum that your Cricut will allow you to cut vinyl for a 12 by 12 mat. 11.5 seems to be the max that you can go for that. So I like it. I'm not too fond of this, but that's okay because I'm going to make my own paper flowers that is going to hide this, but I want to add more interest to this. So I want to look for leaves that I can add. So let's go back to images and clear out leaf wreath. I don't want that. And I'm going to look for, I guess, branch with leaves. And you can just type what you're thinking and then see what pops up when you do this. And if not, then you just refine what you're looking for. Bingo. I like all of these, but this is too much. This is the one that I like. I like this one, this beige one too, but this is too ordinary and there's too many leaves attached closely. I like this one. This one has like a little sass to it with its little point and looking in different directions. That's what we're using. So let's bring that in. Again, I'm switching it to white. I'm cutting all of this out of white. And why? Because let me show you the shape. I'm doing this on a hexagon black board that I have. So let me change this to, I think it's 14 inches. And then let me move it to the back. Arrange, send it to the back. So there's the board, and that's what it's going to look like. Let me make it a little smaller. So that's it. This is what it's gonna look like when it's done, and I love it because I love, for two reasons. I love the black against the white against the black. It's gonna pop out. It's gonna look so nice. But I also love that it's two opposite geometric shapes, and it, I don't know, to me it just adds a little more. It's more exciting. So look how cute the leaf is gonna look when it's on there. So I'm just gonna duplicate a bunch of these, maybe like 4 more. I don't want to put too many. And everything doesn't have to be facing the same way. So this one, if you go up here to flip, I can flip it, and I can flip it so that the leaves are facing down, and then I can put it in here. What I do want to be really careful for this, I'm going to zoom in, is because I'm going to be using the weld with this. I want to make sure that the stems and everything, like the stem is actually in a white part, not in a black part. So as I weld it, I want to make sure that this is going to be welded with this and become one, and this as well. So let's just do a couple more. Let's flip that one upside down as well. And see, this is a thicker part here of the circle. So I'm going to make sure my stem is there because that has a nice area for it to grip on when I weld. And then let's see, move this out of the way for now. I want to put this one, so you can flip it not only upside down, but I can also flip it so that it's the opposite, so that the leaf faces the opposite way. So you see all of these are facing this way. This one is now facing this way. And you just do that by the flip option up here. You either flip it horizontal or you flip it vertical. And it just gives you more options. And I'm just going to actually put this one more at like a little angle. So it gives it something to attach to here. Let's just put this one down here. Actually, I'm going to flip this one. I don't want everything pointing in. Once I flip it, then I just maneuver it wherever I need it to go. Okay. I like it. Now this one, let's do it like this. Okay. All right. I think I'm good. Actually, I'm going to separate this one a little bit. I don't want too many all around. I just wanted a couple of more. This is going to have my flowers. So I like it. So let me just hide this background just for a second. And that's what it's going to look like. So now if you click on one of the flowers, they're moving. I don't want them to move. I'm going to highlight this entire thing. Everything is highlighted, and you know that everything is highlighted because if I go here on my layers panel, everything in gray means that it's all right now, it's all highlighted together, it's all grouped together. And then when you have everything that you want highlighted that you're going to weld, you go down here to the bottom right and you hit weld, and this all becomes one big image. Now it doesn't look that great. So you do have an opportunity before you make any other move, you do have one opportunity to unweld. Usually there's no option for unwelding, but if you haven't done another step of gone to another image before you you look at it and you're not happy with it, you can hit your back arrow at the top a couple of times and now it's unwelded. So I'm just gonna move it so that the leaves down a little bit, and I'll probably play with this a little more. I just wanted to give you an idea of how you can weld things together. I want to keep everything inside the circle. I don't want anything outside in this area in the black. I want everything to be inside the circle. Okay. All right, that's fine. Let's just do this one more time. Hit weld. Okay, I like that better because it still shows leaves. Again, all this is gonna have my flowers are gonna be here. My flowers are gonna be a little large, so it's gonna take up the space and cover all of that. Let's unhide the back so that you can see. It may not look nice when it's on a white backdrop, you can't tell the difference, but when it's on the black, I love, because now you can see the leaves. Now there's more definition to it. So don't think that it doesn't look nice if you just see it. So again, let's hide the black. See, like here it's like, oh, I don't like this, I don't like the way this looks. It looks kind of, it's not going to look pretty. But then you add its background, that's a contrast in color, then the details pop, and then that's when you're like, yes, I like it. So now I want to add the words happy spring. I'm going to put happy spring to here, and I'm going to use the text that I always use and love, and that's enchanted. It's a, no, I'm not typing enchanted, I'm typing happy, and then I'm going to use enchanted. I like it. It's a script font, single layer cutting font. I got it from the font, I believe. Let me make sure it's not a Cricut font. Yeah, I got it I downloaded it from the font. And I do have another blog on how to download fonts from the font. So Make sure you look for that. And then I want the letters, it's a script font, so I want these letters to be closer together. So I go up here to my letter space and I keep going, making the letter space smaller until I'm happy with how they're together, like they're touching. I want everything to be touching. And then change it to white, because again, it's all gonna be in white. And this is what you see. So in black, it just looks like a regular font. It doesn't look like anything. Let me make this bigger. Make this bigger. So black, you just see like your regular font. Then when I turn it to white, what you're going to realize is this font has all of these little individual cuts that makes it like it's enchanted, but it's like a little rough looking. And it has all of these little cuts that I don't want, because can you imagine trying to weed all of this, or your machine, your blade getting stuck trying to cut all these little lines? So I do not like that. First, what I have to do is I make sure that I'm going to weld this, but I want to make sure that everything is touching, that I'm happy with the way it looks. And then I come down again and I hit weld. Once I weld it and highlight the word, my contour feature comes into play. This gets highlighted. So to get rid of all of these little lines, I go into contour. And now in contour, it's going to bring your image up that you've clicked on. And what it's going to show you is everything that's going to cut right now. Everything that's set to cut is on here. If you do not want it to cut, you're going to hide those spots. So all of these little lines I want to hide, and there's two ways of doing it. Making this large so that you see every little speck. So this little line, I could do it that way. Now if it's in a light gray, now I know it's no longer an active image and it's not going to cut. But I don't have time to go through every little like speck and see how much time it's taking me to try and find the second line. That's a pain in the butt. I can just go right here on the right hand side and it's going to show me every little speck. And I just start clicking and hiding them here. I don't even have to go to the image. I could just go here. Do not hide this. You have to pay attention to the things that you really want. So this little teardrop thing here that I thought was something I wanted to hide, when I did it, it showed me that it was part of the P. I want that. I want that to cut out because I want that little circle. So just go to, it's usually going to look like a speck or something that you know is not any shape that you want. Just hide them all. And depending on how long your word is, how big your word is, it may take a minute, but I'd rather do this than have to weed all this craziness out later. So just, and look how little these things are. I would have never been able to find some of these little specks. All of these things were set to be cut out. I would have confused my knife, my blade, my machine. It would have taken forever, and I would have never found those little pieces to weed out. Look at this. All of this. I don't want it. I just want my nice, look at this. I just want my nice font, my script font, because I love this font. But I don't need all these extras. And once you're done, you get to the bottom and you're done. Just X out of it. And now look, everything is gone. You're just going to have a straight, regular font that's going to come out, that's going to cut. So let's do the same with spring. So I want to, let me bring it up here and let me make it big. We'll resize it once we get it on the board so we know. But I want this to come together so that my letters are touching. Okay. And I'm just going to weld it that way. And then change it to white. And then there's all the craziness. Go back into your contour and start just getting everything out. All the little pieces. This I don't, nope, see that took out the P again. You have to be really careful that you don't take out something that you really need, unless you really want the P to be like a solid piece at the bottom without that little circle. So that's one less thing you have to weed. You can do that as well. If you don't want to weed this little piece here, it'll just print as a big solid. I like it with the space, so I'm gonna leave that in there. But If you want less weeding, you just contour that one out. And this is great for any image. Like if you have an image that there's a piece that you don't want, you just contour it and it'll go away. Okay, so here we go, spring. So let me make this small again, bring it back here. So it's going to be happy. And then it's going to be spring. And I'm going to make it a little bigger, but I don't want to make it too big because I am going to be putting flowers here that may be a little big. I want to make sure I give it enough space. Okay, I think that's cute. I like it. So we just highlight them, all these together, align it. Okay, I always mess this up. I must align it vertically. No, I did it wrong. Align it. Align it. Align it horizontally. Yes. That is hilarious. And there you have it. So we welded these images, we added leaves, and this isn't a way of adding, you know, new dimensions or creating your own designs, is by putting two things together, welding them, and then you create your own design. And then we have happy spring, and then I'm going to make paper flowers that I'm going to add to here. So I will be back shortly once everything is cut out, and we'll put this together. Thank you. Hi guys, so I printed out the wreath, the floral wreath, and now we're gonna weed it. And I just wanted to show you what helps me do this. So I can't really see, it's white, so I really can't see the areas where I need to be weeding, so it's really, really hard. So I have a Cricut bright pad, and I love it so much because it's my second pair of eyes, or being able to do crafts without sometimes having to put my glasses on. And they usually have it on sale. You can find it on Amazon and Michael's and all those places. And I got the mint green, because I'm a little obsessive that my stuff has to match. So my machine, the Air 2, is mint green. My maker is just the original color, which is the sort of that champagne gold and ivory, which I love. But this helps me so much, and I'm going to show you why. So when I lay this on, I can't see exactly where I need to be weeding. If I put it up to a window, a light, or put a flashlight underneath, it's just too much. So my box, actually, when you press the on button, it shows you all the little cuts that you have to do, like exactly where you need to weed. And if this brightness is not enough for you, there's a plus and a minus sign that you can adjust. So it goes up to like 4 times as bright, which is super bright, but super helpful. Not sure how well you can see this. I'm gonna bring this up, but here are all the little cut options and all the little lines. I don't know if it shows, but it's super cool. It's so nice to see exactly what you have to do without straining or trying to guess. So I am going to weed this out, and then we will put this together. My other little handy little tool that I love for weeding is this ring. And this is, and I'm not sure where I saw this. I got this on Amazon. And I don't know what the original intent of this is for nail polish. So when you're doing your nails, it's supposed to be like you put a nail polish in here and it holds it while you do your nails. But of course, you know, some crafty genius person found an alternative use for it, and an alternate use for it. And for us, it's for weeding. So if I find, let me find a piece here that's pretty easy that I pick up and just pull it out. Well, this one's a little long, so I don't know that I would put it in the ring. I wouldn't put this one in the ring. Let me just hold that one. It's really for the little pieces, like all those little annoying pieces that I have found in my hair, on my foot, on the floor, in my bed. So it's little pieces like this. And oh my God, seriously, like now this is not even gonna cooperate. And then you just put it in your ring. Just pick a little piece and just put it in your ring. Pick a little piece and just put it in your ring and just get it out of your way quickly. So it's super useful. Long pieces I don't put because that's easy to manage and figure out. But the little ones, this is just put it in, swipe it out, put it in, swipe it out, and just keep it moving. All right, so I'm going to weed this whole thing, and let's see what it looks like after I'm finished, and I will be back. Just wanted you to see what it looks like once I'm completely done. Went a lot faster than I expected it to go. Okay, so let's get cracking on this. Okay, so now I've weeded the whole thing. So I'm gonna just add my transfer tape to it. And when it's all curly like this, and this is a Cricut brand transfer tape, I just pull out a little edge and start at the corners first and just put that corner to corner and then just roll it out. Gets a little stuck, just go back and try and fix it. Middle I don't care because there's nothing really there. The edges are what matters because that's where my design is. So if I see something is wonky, just go back and try to avoid the big old air bubbles. Do it that way. Okay. Just straighten it out. Just keep going down. Just keep going down. Again, I don't care about the middle. I just care about where my actual project is. Okay. It's good. Let's get this off of this paper so that we can transfer it onto our design. And then I'll just take my tool, just lightly go over it so everything is stuck to the transfer tape. And then slowly we can start removing it from what we need it to be. You just start on this corner, see if it's already on. Okay. If you see like little ones that aren't, just go over it again. I'm being stubborn. But I can't really do it with my right hand. So if you see that it really doesn't want to come off, you can just attach it yourself. Just peel it so that it attaches. And just keep going slowly. If you see anything catching on again, just do the same thing. Just peel it so that it catches on. Going down. Now there's a leaf here getting caught. Okay. Everything's going great. It's a stubborn leaf on this side. There we go. I'm almost there. Done. This part, wow. This part, once you taken off the transfer paper, this part is garbage. This is the back of the vinyl, the permanent premium vinyl. This you can't reuse. There's nothing you can do with this. But save the backing off of your transfer paper because once we're done with this transfer paper is reusable and it will go right back in its case. So this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to put this on. Let me move my camera back a little bit so you can see. Ugh, it's kind of large. Hold on, let me adjust my camera. I'll be right back. Okay. So I just had to adjust, make the camera a little higher. So this is hexagon. 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, you see me counting? 4, 5, 6 sides. I'm just gonna do it the same way it was shown. Oh, actually, do I want it this way? I feel like, because I want to maybe cover this with my flowers that I made. But do I want the flowers at the bottom? Yeah, I think I want the flowers at the bottom. So I'm going to do it this way. As with all of my projects, sometimes I do measure, I'm not gonna lie, but I just eyeball it, guys. I just like, oh yeah, that looks good. Yeah, that looks centered. Yeah, like whatever. Most of my projects are personal for tutorials for you guys, so it's really just for the sake of showing you a process. I don't sell any of my products. If I use them as gifts, I do definitely make sure I measure and that it looks beautiful. But this is going to go in my home. So I just want to eyeball this right now. I can always lift it up gently if I have to, but pretty happy with that. I'm leaving a little more space at the bottom here. Like there's more width than there is here. There's more width at the bottom because when I add the flowers, they're gonna take up some space there. So, okay, I'm happy with this. I'm just gonna start squishing it down. Squishing it down. Squishing it down. And then I just take my tool and just go over it. This is where there was some air bubbles and it was a little harder to get that part down, but don't worry about that. Just squish it down. It's gonna be fine. Just take your tool and go over it. The goal is to get the white on here. Don't worry about your air bubbles on. If it's an air bubble on your vinyl, then I would worry. Then, you know, we'll figure that out after, how to get that out. But if it's on your transfer tape, don't worry about that. Okay, now let's start in one corner and see. Now, I wouldn't just take this and like rip it and see. You just go really slowly, but also flat. Fold it down and go flat. And then just start pulling. Start pulling back. So there's an air bubble. There's two ways. We'll fix that in a minute. If it doesn't squish itself out. Okay, that one's fine. That one squished itself out. This one. Those are fine. Transfer tape got stuck. Again, together. Just pull it back slowly. It takes me a little longer because I can't make pressure with my right arm, so I have to rely everything on my left right now. Okay, that leaf came up. Just go slowly, make sure everything is pulling up. So far, so good. Don't go back. Okay. Okay, these came up. Just slowly. Just go over it slowly. This side. Almost there. Almost there. See the part that was a little wrinkled? It was the transfer tape that was wrinkled, not the actual vinyl, so it doesn't really matter. Almost there. Ta-da! And there you go. It is on there for sure. Did I look? Yeah, this is the way. Put the flowers down. Perfect. So hold on one second. Let's see if I can. Okay, so now we have to do our happy spring, which is going to go here and here. Let me put that on transfer tape. I thought I had that. Let's do happy first. Now I want to make sure that I have enough room for spring. So I'm just going to put spring here so that I have an idea of where I want happy. Okay, that's fine. I want happy up here. And then spring is going to be like here. Just want to make sure that I have enough room around. Perfect. Okay, so am I happy? Well, that's where it's stuck, so that's where it's staying. And I chose it all to be white because I love the contrast on the black board that I have, but also because then I want the flowers that I'm going to put on it to be the focal point for spring. Okay, so that's happy. Now let's do spring. Okay, spring. Where's my eye? Here it is. There we go. Happy spring, y'all. I'm so excited. I am a May baby, so spring is my season. Summer and spring are my seasons. I literally go into a full depression in the winter. Fall I'm okay with because it's so kind of nice, but the moment the clock changes and we fall back, I feel like the dark, dreary days are never going to end. Again, put your transfer tape back so you can use it later. So happy spring. Okay, so let me get my flowers. Hold on. Let's see. Made these flowers earlier so that we can figure out. I'm gonna go with like some white and a blue and a yellow. I'm gonna put them. This is nice. I don't know. I don't know about you, but this looks like a weed. So it looks like a weed leaf. So I'm just gonna cover that with my flowers. And I'm just gonna put these. And I'm gonna lay it out first so then I can see how I want it. Before I put it out. And then I have little white ones that I like for accent. Maybe it's a white and a yellow. Maybe it's a yellow for more pop of brightness, and then the white here. And then do the same, do the yellow, and then the white here for pop of brightness, but make it a little closer. No. I feel like I need some contrast in between the two of them. No, because I know. And this is the worst part. It's like takes me longer than anything, is trying to figure out where I'm putting my flowers. But that's okay, because that's the fun part for me. That's like creative and moving and deciding and shifting them around. And I want the happy spring to show, and I want it to show that it is a circle, so I don't want to put anything in. I just want it to be around. So even if we just do something like this, and maybe, let me see, because I want to put some, I also made some leaves to go on here. So like a leaf in between these two. Yeah, I think that'll add a little bit of color there. Because I have the leaves that are there, but I feel like, you know, actually I need some greenery. Okay. This one can go here. Okay, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. And then I lost one. Okay. Here it is. This one I'll put somewhere here, sort of coming down. And then I could put the little white one, yellow one here. I don't even know if I'm gonna I have two white ones, but I like just the two little yellow ones. I feel like that's enough. You don't want to clutter it. I may put just a little leaf that gives it some dimension and interest coming down here. All right, guys, so this is, I think, how it's going to look. And I'm going to stick all of these on with these two-sided sticky tape, sticky squares, 3D squares. They are scrapbook adhesives is what they are. They come in small and big. I use these a lot, especially in designs like this, because I don't want to hot glue anything on here. I don't want anything that's permanent. And these won't damage your flowers when you try and take them out, and you can reuse them for other things. So I'll stick these on, and then I will come back with a picture with the final product. Thank you so much for watching and being patient. And I hope this was helpful, and I hope you love it. And happy spring. And sorry, Arlene from A Crafty Latina, and I will talk to you soon.